In the land of Orana, two great tribes, the Ve and the Dran, had lived side by side for centuries. The river that cut through the valley divided them, and so did their customs, their songs, and their legends. Though they shared the same sun and breathed the same air, they saw each other as enemies. It wasn't always this way. Long ago, their ancestors traded goods and wisdom, but a bitter dispute over a hunting ground had grown into a deep hatred passed down through generations. Now, the children of Orana were taught to fear those across the river before they could even speak their own names. One day, a young Ve girl named Nira was wandering near the riverbank when she saw something strange, a boy from the Dran tribe, struggling in the water. His canoe had overturned and the current was pulling him under. Without thinking, Nira dove in. She felt the river's grasp and pulled the boy to safety. He coughed and sputtered, eyes wide with disbelief. "Why did you save me?" he asked. "You were drowning," she said simply. The boy, Jelin, stared at her. "But you're Ve, and you're Dran," she said, "but the river doesn't care." For a moment, the words of their tribe's history pressed upon them. Then Jelin laughed, a sound neither hostile nor bitter, just surprised. "I suppose it doesn't." From that day, Nira and Jelin met in secret, sharing stories about their people. They learned that their histories, though told differently, were not so different at all. But when their friendship was discovered, both tribes erupted in fury. The elders of Ve and Dran met at the river's edge demanding punishment for the betrayal. But Nira stood firm. "We served each other," she said. "Is that truly a crime?" Jelin raised his voice. "The river divides us, but it also gives us life. Why do we let it make us enemies?" The elders scoffed, but murmurs spread through the gathered tribes. Parents who had lost children to senseless fights, warriors who longed for peace, they listened. And so, for the first time in generations, the Ve and the Dran did not turn away from one another. A bridge was built over the river, not of stone, but of understanding, carried by the courage of two children who saw past the divide.